and pretend to be people who have some semblance of. Oh no. Oh wait, you had to pull. Okay, we are.
Yeah.
All right,
I'm
Oh
glad
glad
you're
yeah,
with
we're
the
done.
us.
verticality scale.
I'm at a 7 now. We're good.
I was gonna say everyone rate yourselves, but I don't want anyone to have to feel like they have to talk
At
about
least
that.
at least a 6. You gotta have a 6 for blood flow.
Agree to disagree.
All right. Well then, I know it's been. No, it's been 2 weeks. That's the standard gap. Never mind. No excuses. Who wants to cover what happened last time for inspiration?
I still only have we got on the Sea Stalker and did separate things.
I took notes. I can do it.
Oh my
Dun
god.
dun dun.
And as a reminder, anyone who wishes to take pictures of their notes and send them to me,
Oh, God.
specifically,
Hey, look.
Oh, they're pink.
You bought me this notebook.
In character journal notes
Mhm.
count for inspiration as well per session that you record them. You can post them to the chat, but you do not have to. You can send them to me privately if you so choose.
I have like 5 sessions worth to send.
But if you want to send one so we can all see like what one looks like, that'd be appreciated.
Yeah.
You don't have to send them all, just one.
I've got to find a comfortable way to wear my headphones because of my piercing. I can't do the like one thing like halfway on my ear like I used to.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry.
All right, so looks like it starts with Dresden speaking privately with the captain of the Sea Stalker, named Navid Ilior. The crew and the party pass time playing Avandra's favor. We hear some stuff about a new queen out east, Brightsmiths, Queen Brightsmith, Copper Mountains. Brightsmiths want Battalion to open up the old mines, asking Mirabar and the Council of Sparkling Stones for favors. Haza asked how Godric and Dresden met up, so that was revealed. The party learned that Kian is Godric's father. A little more backstory about that. There was a storm at night, diverted our course. Days passed, food goes bad. We clean it and make some more. A gnome named Albert Figwicket jumps aboard, claims he is from the Emerald Enclave, warns us of the Brittle Sisters' toll, and is quickly told by the captain to get the hell off the boat. We come across an elemental guardian that allows us to pass through their territory guided. Eventually, we reach a cave that we row into. We see a sign that says "Toll ahead, coin unwelcome," signed the Brittle Sisters. Watched as we are watched as we continue. Creepy creatures everywhere. Toll required is anything valuable to us. Godric gave a bronze discus. I don't remember what everyone else gave. And then we were past the toll. That's where my notes end. I don't remember if there was anything else.
That is where we ended, and don't worry, I remember what everybody gave. Which means that you have passed the toll bar and are once again floating down this dark underground caverns river, and at this time unguided by lights from above. You
I'm going to don my armor. Sorry. I just remembered.
Yeah.
I'm taking that time. Continue.
You can continue down this path. The cavern itself is still fairly singularly directional, and it is some ways in the dark. You all have mentioned lights that you have with which you can see the reflectant wet surfaces of the cavern walls around you, but the bioluminescence has either not been planted or has been removed from this area. And for a good God, hush, 20 minutes or so, your passage is uninterrupted. You only hear the sounds of water swilling around your little dinghies as you fall farther and farther underground. Let's see. While you are in the midst of traveling, is there anything anyone wants to handle, prepare? Okay. In the chill of the underground, there's a point some maybe 20, 30, possibly 40 minutes beyond the point of the Brittleboro Pass, where the water ahead stops reflecting the lights you have. You see dry ground, and then feel the rut of the underside of the ship or the boats catching on stone. You also see, as you approach, this cavern widens a little, and there are a number of small rowing vessels that have been dragged up and have been abandoned in this cavern. Some look quite old, some have covered in mold and mildew, and one or two perhaps look as if they are fairly new as well. There is beyond a walking path in this chamber. Dresden looks around for a while, conjures to his side some bobbing lights that float around him, and as he walks towards the uh, extended passage, you see him trace his fingers along what presumably is a carving on the wall, and he indicates that this is the path forward. Begins walking that way. In the preceding passage, every once in a while there is small breaks in the cavern's walls, small diversions that lead in ragged paths away from this trail. But Dresden assures that that the pass is fairly straightforward, and continues to walk this way until the cavern does not widen. It grows in height, and the ceilings move from 15 to 20 to 30 feet above your heads, where copper lanterns filled with green flame dangle from ancient chains, heavy enough to not sway in any sort of breeze, and illuminate old and weathered carvings, figures that look like they have been mostly scratched away. You can make out some faces of minotaur carvings, like of those creatures, as well as what you can presume to be tapestraic illustrations of combat that have been scarred through. Um, some of it looks deliberate, some of it just looks like natural cavern weathering. And ahead, you hear the sounds of someone shouting. You also hear the sounds of steel clattering together. Um, Definitely the sound of someone desperate and shouting for help ahead in the passage.
Ah, shit. I go running.
Hey, Zat. Fuck.
I mean, Godric is right with her.
Yeah, Mel's running.
Okay. Can I get a marching order? And I know that you're not on a map yet, but throw it out to me.
I think I'm in front.
Yeah, Godric and Haza up front.
Inks is
Okay.
next to Godric.
Okay.
Mel's behind them.
Okay.
Orcs by Mel.
Olvius is in the rear.
All right.
In
Olvius,
rear
you
with
and
the bear.
Dresden and the zombie will mingle.
Also, Olvius has cast light on his T diffuser. We can see.
Yes. Yes. That is non-concentration. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. So this is gonna get a little bit strange when I put you on the map because of how this room is oriented. But as you all, the few of you who are running, run forward, the cavern that you have been walking through begins to like pull downwards, narrow a little bit, bottleneck, and you see a light coming from a room or a divergence in the path, and that is where like these sounds are coming from. So I'm going to put you on the map where like entering the space where the light is coming from, and from that orientation you should be able to see like what you're dealing with, and if we need to like talk about if you're this far in or not, we can.
Into the trap.
Can everybody see?
Mm-hmm.
I was
Okay.
trying to put that on my square.
I might be stuck in a wall, but I can see.
Okay, I will scooch over one then, because I think Inks is also stuck in a wall where I've put her.
Hooray.
Ha. Yeah, you are stuck in a wall. I'll move you when we get there.
Okay.
But
You shift Oric in front of Pacareva.
Yes, I can. I'm sorry, I always forget her.
It's okay.
I'm just so focused on getting all of the NPC or the PC sheets on that I sometimes don't even remember my NPCs, much less the adjacent tokens. Haza, the light of this room illuminates a halfling individual who is collapsed on the floor, a dagger like knocked from their hand, and two orcish figures standing over him with, let me see what weapons, I believe long swords. Scimitars, each drawn and like held over this person. They are armored, and wearing some like steel plating breastplates. There is also someone who is in blue robes who is further within the room, who seems to be like passively disinterested in what is happening, but is certainly involved from what you can see, like watching. That is what you have walked into.
Yeah, walking in, I will start with Undercommon. I'd say, so what's going on here?
You see a couple of ears like twitch in your direction, but there's not like a turn of like open acknowledgement. You just hear this individual, a hobgoblin, shout, "Move along!" in common. Oh, my lights are all fucked. Hold on, I gotta fix them.
I will take a step to the
we
side to
go.
allow like Godric to get in the room, like realizing I've stopped in the doorway. I will be right along in just a moment. Would like to know what exactly is going on here first, however.
Godric, you walk in. Inks, I'll move you over so you're free to move yourself now. No longer stuck. And the scimitar drawn over the halfling moves threateningly in your direction. I think we're actually gonna.
Yeah, I mean, yes.
You're already kicking it off?
Well, I mean, if someone's gonna point a scimitar at me,
That's fair.
Good stuff.
Let's-
Hey,
Let's try non-lethal.
yeah.
no.
Look, use fists. It's the easiest for you. Just don't use your nail shoe.
I have brass knuckles.
Yeah, that's teeth getting knocked
Yeah.
out for sure.
Oh shit! Whoops.
I am going to not roll Dresden in because I think he is going to conscientiously abstain.
Yeah, that's fair.
So
What
wanna
the
make sure-
shit? Sorry, continue.
that I'm catching things right. The figure in the middle is the one that's being threatened by everyone else here.
That is correct. I will put a little sticker on him because he is prone. Okay. And didn't mean to close his character sheet though.
About to help a fucking murderer get away. Beating up all the tall people, kicking the small person.
Beating up tall people is what I call a good day.
Oh, a day in the life. Okay, my roll 20 is deciding to take its fucking time today. Well, y'all, okay, I'm gonna I'm gonna show you guys this because it is funny. These are the initiatives I rolled.
Mhm.
This is how things are going for me already.
That is fascinating.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
That looks like my Saturday session where it was either crits or misses. There was basically nothing in between.
It's
That is
grisly.
incredible.
Wow.
I maintain the roll 20 RNG is real sketchy.
It is
That's
balanced.
But I'm gonna blame it on.
So balanced.
As we can see, it is balanced. Inks, you are first to act.
Yeah, fuck this guy.
Sweet.
Yeah, because I can't get through to anybody else. So where am I at? There we are. Yeah, going to hit.
Sweet.
Oh my god!
What?
Oh no.
It's an
Good
effect of all
start,
the
good start,
dice.
Good start.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
don't even.
Crazy.
Here we go again. Hey, that'll do it.
You run headfirst into his knee guards, and with your teeth ringing in your skull, swing at his crotch. 28 will hit.
12. Stunning strike.
Okay. Con- That's a 7. He is stunned.
Oh, flurry of blows.
Combo.
Oh my god. 15.
15 misses.
Yep. 30.
Hey, oh god.
And that'll be a hand of critical harm. So my crits do max damage. So that is.
Since
What am
when?
I at? I have my thing.
I know, it's that
diadem
dumb
of-
little thing again.
You got your diadem.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've never gotten it before.
Yeah, and I just remembered.
Well, I'm glad. You know,
What
to
am
be
I at,
fair, I don't think we've done a lot
265?
of fighting since you've received it, so.
So 12 plus 18 damage plus and a critical harm. Bam! 7. God damn it.
Uh,
Wah wah.
what does the item say?
What a great question. Apparently, I don't have it on my sheet for some reason. All right. When you score a critical hit, you inflict maximum possible weapon damage, and you recover hit points equal to half the amount of damage dealt. That's
Okay, weapon damage. Excellent. Makes that nice and easy.
So-
Okay, so you said it was
18 plus
18,
7.
7. Okay.
Sorry, the fourth individual we can see in the back, that is a human tiefling hobgoblin.
Let me double check what they are.
And I believe everyone now has advantage on that guy. So swing away, guys.
That is a human.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm. Everyone loves the politics. Godric, it is your turn.
Okay, the halfling druid, right?
Just a halfling.
Just the halfling.
That's just
Okay.
the token I've got for a
Yeah.
halfling.
They look like hurt.
Bruised.
I'm going to cast a thunderous smite with my bonus action, and then I will bring my glaive down. And I'm only using the handle of it. I'm only trying to do bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And I will just step up and attack this guy here.
Okay.
Okay. If I am, do I roll the same damage, or do I need to roll reduced damage if I'm trying to not use lethal damage? I think I'm confusing myself because I have the polearm master thing. Never mind. I'm just gonna.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You
Yeah.
can do non-lethal damage with the regular attack. Yeah.
Okay. Advantage. So.
Okay. That will hit.
So 10 bludgeoning damage and 6 thunder damage and a very loud crack.
Yeah. The aft of the glaive cracks into the helmet that this orc is wearing, and with it comes the rolling boom of impact, and that person is knocked unconscious.
Yeah, knocks back into those barrels behind him, and just playing off of the loud crack. I just want to try to shout just everyone stop. And so yeah, that's it for my turn.
Okay. Very well. The next person, the human in the back, is yeah. Going to direct their attention to you, Godric. And let's see. Rolling a coin in their fingers is going to speak to you and say, "You had better stand down and leave as we have asked, and I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw." That's a very good roll.
On whose authority?
Um, she seems a little bit surprised that that did not work. And it is Haze's turn.
Okay. Everything is bad in here. It's all bad. I will use Did we see that individual cast the spell just then, or was it sneaky like?
It looked fairly sneaky, but I think you as a caster can identify like some. There was no somatic component, and the verbal component was a little complex.
Yeah.
But like the handling of an item looked a little suspicious.
Yeah. Bonus action, Misty Step,
All right.
appearing behind, and then swing.
Is it okay if I describe your Misty Step?
Yep.
The earth around you begins to boil and burble in black and green, and you melt through it, appearing with a crack of thunder and lightning behind this person, just ripping through space.
Yeah, like still in the process of popping up, throw the first swing. Ooh.
Oy, that misses. Ooh, that was close.
Well, that was weird.
Mhm.
I love you shouting that after the sword has like whiffed twice.
Yeah.
Huh, I've never had that happen.
Okay, yeah. A 2 and a 3 speaks for itself. That's my turn.
Okay. The hobgoblin who is here turns around to like follow the sound of reality tearing and draws a let's see, is that draws a crystalline, what's the word, spell focus as well, pulls it as if it were an arrow knocked, and at Hazer, have a 17 to hit.
That will miss. Woohoo!
Oh, great. Okay. Let's see. A bolt of like an arrow of blue acidic form splashes onto your armor. That is the wrong button. There we go. And deals only 4 points of acid damage.
Okay. Thank God for magic fucking armor.
Mhm.
Handy dandy. Great. Ulvius, it is your turn.
All right, Ulvius with his T diffuser in one hand and a little buckler in the other will. Oh, excuse me, pardon me, excuse me. Oh wow, it's awfully exciting in here. And yeah, we'll say who is can I tell who's stunned at this point?
I believe the stunned individual has been knocked
Has
unconscious.
been knocked unconscious. Okay. And is this the halfling that's on the ground? Or is this the halfling that's on the ground?
This is the halfling.
This is the half.
Yes.
Okay.
Above them is a hobgoblin, and then there's a human woman in robes.
Okay. And
then another orc on the other side of Godric.
right. And I can't quite see Haza, but it looks like Haza's up here.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. Great. I am. Yeah, this looks exciting, everyone. And I will cast bless on Godric, Inks, and Mel.
All right. What sticker would you like your bless to be?
I would like it to be teal for teal.
Hey, I've got blue. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Aw.
All right, Inks, Godric, and Mel. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
dandy.
And yeah, that will be it.
All right, Mel, you are up.
All right. She's gonna run in and kind of run towards Haza, notice this guy, and
I should probably tell you that this is like a wine.
Oh, is it?
Like a shelf of barrels.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's
I'm
okay.
too zoomed out. All right, then. Oh man,
It's a little
Step
snug
on-
in here.
Step
it
on the
is a little
down guy.
snug in here. I guess I could move. I could shuffle through everybody and move there. Unless that would be kind of as difficult terrain.
And that definitely would be with how many people you've got, and then like
Yeah.
you've got some bad guys that you'd be like
Oh yeah.
intersecting.
Gotcha. Then I'm a caster. I can cast spells.
That is true. This is true.
So I think I'm gonna do. Oh yeah, that's right. Spiritual weapon. Let's do it at. Let's do it at. Yeah, let's do it at second level.
All right.
Guess.
I'm assuming it's going over here.
It sure is.
All right. Which one are you swinging at?
I will swing at the hobgoblin.
Okay. Yeah, the 26 will
Fella.
hit. Okay.
Oh, that's a bonus action.
Yep.
That's right. All right. Told the dad on that guy.
Hey, all right.
Sorry.
Is it technically both of them?
Yeah, you've got a feature
Reaper.
that lets you do both.
Oh yeah, because they're five. It is technically both of them. Thank you.
Reaper feature.
The only thing this is good for. Well, let's see. Neither of them have saved, so why don't you roll? So this first one has been wounded, so he does the D12s. The other one has not been hit yet, so those are D8s.
Fifth level. I am 9. So 2d8 or 2d12.
Mhm.
So there's the 2d8 for you, and
Oh.
the 2d12. Jesus.
Okay.
Man, Roll20's also having a fucking bitch fit tonight. This is insane.
All right, that's fine. That's my turn.
All right.
I'll put the little guy.
That's okay. You got like
there.
3 hits in one turn. That's not nothing.
It's not nothing.
All right, Torik, you are up.
Okay. Packer Ava, I'm gonna just you stay here and watch Dresden, okay? 5. There is a lot of cover here. You know, we really don't have to do this. Who he's actually speaking to is up for each person to interpret on their own. And yeah, I guess I'll just take a pot shot at Yeah, I'll take a pot shot at the one that Mel's fighting.
Okay. Oh, 18 will hit.
Can't everybody just...
Ouch.
Okay, see? Warning shots fired! Let's just put a pin in this. That's it for me.
All right. That second shot did something nasty. All right. Oh, it's finally Mr. Nat One's turn to take an action. He is going to cast a spell. Sick. All right. A mist of blackness emanates from the crossguard of this orc and his weapon. Let's see. I to remember what that area is.
Mhm.
15. Okay. Here it comes. There we go.
So
Mhm.
Sweet.
those of us still on the outside, just see.
There we go.
Mhm.
I knew I
Yes.
should have used Spellfire to attack, or Spellfall. I knew I should have used it.
Let me make sure my corners are lined up because they are currently not. There we are. Okay. All right. Boom. Super dark. Even your little lights, you can still see them like twinkling like in your hands, but they shed no illumination into the space. That is that turn. There's some scuffling on the ground. And then Inks, it is your turn in the darkness.
This stuff right here, is that difficult terrain, or can I use my monk movement to get over it?
It is shelves with wine casks. You are a small creature who can climb shit, right?
Mhm.
I'll let you get over it.
Hell yeah. That was my plan. I'm gonna run right here.
Okay. You just
And
climb up up and then over.
yep, up and over.
I think given the space and everything, even in the darkness, that's something you could do without disorienting yourself.
Okay, cool. And lucky for me that you moved it down because this is where I was gonna stay. I will hit this one right here.
Okay.
And let's say that's enough out of you. 19
That will hit.
for 9.
All right. You sweep his leg and he cracks to the ground and stops moving.
Oh.
You have to yank your knife boot out of his shin.
She just looks down at him and looks to Hazel and just goes, I honestly thought that'd be harder.
Yeah, I think we might be bullying. I'm thinking different about this now.
All right, well, turn into this one.
Hey, Mage, last chance.
19.
19 hits. Actually, hold on. Yeah, they cast shield, but that still hits.
Aw, buddy.
10 damage.
All right.
And then now that I see a shield is up, I will just hit one more time.
Okay.
Try not for the head.
16.
That will miss.
Yeah, I figured.
Alright.
I can't even reach their head.
Godric, you are in the dark.
I'm going to speak a little incantation in Celestial and cast Daylight.
Well, fuck. Okay.
Huh.
Nice.
If it helps, Max, Mel has the same fucking reaction.
You activated his trap card, Yugi boy.
Oh my God.
Bringing darkness to a light fight, Yugi boy.
I hate you so much.
you know what sucks is that orc can see in magical darkness, and so it would
Oh.
have been great, but he rolled a nat 1 in initiative and it did not
He's
get
blind as a
to
bat. Godric just kind of winks in his direction as he casts.
your laurels just beat out in a pulse that shakes the darkness away and then continues to illuminate this space completely.
Fascinating.
Yeah, I mean, and that's
That's an
it.
action.
I don't have a bonus action, so
I have a bonus action.
I mean, I might if I read everything on my sheet, but I'm not going to do that right now.
But I'm not gonna do that. Okay.
Oh!
Hmm.
I'm going to speak the command word as a bonus action to cause my shield to animate, because apparently I do have to do that.
Yes, that is true.
Yeah, so I'll just do that.
Yeah. Great. Because you cannot use that shield while wielding the glaive.
Mhm.
The mage is looking around in some bewilderment, and then casts a spell.
Counter spell.
All right, I'll need you to make me an intelligence check.
All right.
Sticking with it?
You can have my inspiration that I got today.
Actually, I've got a boatload of inspiration, so I will try that again. Thank you, though, Tyler. I'll
Roll
try.
20 is being real hateful.
Yeah,
Roll
I'll
20 is
try it
spoken.
one more time. Okay.
Just let it go. It's
Yeah,
meant
that
to be.
seems. Yeah, that seems intentional.
Yeah, that's a choice being made, unfortunately. Dandy. Okay. From this person's like clasped together hands, little white pulses of light begin shooting from them and around the room. Let me see. That's 4, 5, 6. Okay. A few of them impacting Inks and Haza, and actually, yeah, all of them, just all of them, splitting between the two of you and assaulting on either side. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Okay, Haza, you take 14 points of force damage, and Inks, you take 16 points of force damage. And that is their turn. Then it is Haze's turn.
Yeah, get battered around a little bit. Straighten up. Let's try this fucking again.
18. They are gonna cast shield, but that does the 18 just barely hits still.
Okay.
Wow, 14 slashing, ouchie.
Yeah. I am going to do. Yeah, I'm gonna swing again, trying non-lethal.
Okay.
Eh.
Yeah. Clatter against a force barrier with a whoop, whoop, whoop.
Look her in the eye. Last chance.
Okay, he's dead. Ulvius, you're up.
All right. I will clamber up on top of this corpse, and to our orc friend over here, I'll just say, "Hey, wow, this is really exciting. I don't know who that is back there, but maybe you and I should just watch what they do next."
Do they have advantage if you're in combat with them, or just a flat roll still?
It's just a flat roll.
All right, good to know. The first enchanter I've had to handle.
So,
What is your
16.
current DC? 16? Oh, god damn it! You rolled a 50. Shit! I'll give him a little heart. He's charmed by you.
So we watch you just walk up and make googly eyes at him, and he just like, uh-huh.
I just invited him to watch. It looks real interesting what you're doing in the back of the room there, Haza. Just watching intently. For the bonus action, I'll have a little tea.
Mel, it is your turn.
Can I make it over here to past all the fallen folks?
I don't know where you're trying to go to, but you do
Oh,
have
here.
this person here. What's your 1, 2, 3, 4? Yeah, I'll let you. He's a halfling. You can share spaces technically.
I'll like be wading past and just look at Ulvius and this enemy just being like, yeah, let's watch this guy, and just in horror. Yeah, and I think I'm gonna try and knock the wind out of her with Corpse Slayer. Or at least
Alright.
hit her legs, do something non-lethal, yeah?
Yeah.
Alright, let's do it. Where'd you go? Where is Corpse Slayer? There we go. I do have Bless.
Okay.
That's not gonna
Not
help.
gonna help.
They
No.
have shield
Ah,
currently.
14.
Yeah, they snapped up a shield that does not hit.
Who are you, sweetie?
That's okay.
The mage back here.
The mage.
The wizard lady.
Alright. Well,
Oh. I saw that as a corpse slayer attack. That's why I was confused.
I hope she's got the HP. No, doesn't need it.
She got the AC.
Got the AC.
They got the shield.
All right, perfect.
All right, Torek.
Only one individual left that is not either enchanted or downed, so... Excuse me. Just gonna squeeze by you. Hop up on this All right, everybody, knock it off, and then I shoot the mage, the human.
They shoot the bit.
Ah, shit.
That's gonna miss.
You see the look of relief on her eyes as the shield catches the bullet twice.
All right, got it. Those are your warning shots. I'm done.
This person is out. This person is dodging now that they can see. And Inks, it is your turn.
Don't you know using magic is cheating? Oh, yeah.
That's it.
Stunning strike.
Okay. Magic is cheating. Asshole. Oh, she rolled a 3.
Yes!
Magic fist. Throat punch.
21. Yeah.
Yeah, 21 will hit.
11.
All right, she folds. Ulvius, I'm assuming you're maintaining your enchantment. Is that correct?
I am.
Okay, then I think since we have no more aggressive combatants, we're gonna drop initiative.
Okay.
I just want to say too, I'm sorry, I thought that would be Hutter as well.
All right. What is this?
I don't know.
Hey!
We can ask him.
Yeah, you.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah. What?
Oh,
Hello?
thanks. Thank you.
Okay. First off, you're not a criminal, murderer.
Uh,
Okay.
Is a question.
Okay. Well.
unlike my companions here, I don't immediately see the orcs and things evil. So, no offense, and I just bring the gun up.
Yeah, it's
I
kind of
mean-
what I was asking.
I mean, you got what? Here's there's a few of you in here, huh? No. Well. Okay. So you guys are new, right?
Sure.
Okay. He brushes himself off, and says, "Okay. My name's Dan Wick, Half Moon. I'm one of the proprietors of the inn, in the Baxium Tower. Uh, Thank you for getting some of these guys off of me.
Yeah. What were they doing on you?
Okay. We were, uh." late on some payments for the leasing situation we have here. And I mean, he pats his pockets and like pulls out a coin purse. I mean, I don't have it on me. They were just trying to, send a message.
Sorry, are
Really?
they landlords or are they running protection?
Both. That's kind of the whole thing with the Baxium Tower. You can do kind of whatever you want out here. Um, of course, you just have to just pay to be able to do it. That sort of thing.
Sorry. They're either running protection because they don't own the property, or they're your landlords, in which case.
Well, she's one of the tower members, and he points to the fallen mage. And he and those two, and he points to the enchanted and the other two fallen, are enlisted by the tower to run just sort of operations, really.
Oh, you're employed by the tower. That's so exciting.
Who is the tower again?
The Baxium Tower, an enclave, really uh, powerful wizards. I mean, you made that one look like, well, is she dead?
I don't
It
think
might be.
so.
Okay. Well, if she is,
I'm
she
leaning
was.
down to just use the healing kit. I don't actually like looking down. I suddenly don't know if Inks didn't fucking kill her, so I'll use a charge.
Okay. Inks. I know it's a little retroactive, but like, were you trying to kill her?
It wasn't my intention because we didn't know what was going on.
Okay.
But I'll let
That's-
you rule it how you will because I did not specify beforehand.
Okay. I'll have her roll a death saving throw. How about that? Oh no.
Oh no.
Look,
Yeah. Hey, so you get down there, and there's a little bit more blood coming out of the mouth than you you think there should be.
use the healer's kit.
Yeah.
It's
Does it have
fine.
suction?
It's fine. It's fine.
maybe roll her onto her side.
I'm working on it. Okay. I told you don't hit her in the.
Do
fucking
you
busted.
can I just healing word? Will healing word do anything? I'll healing word.
I think you need a revivify.
Yeah.
Oh, is it that bad?
It got pretty bad, as it turned out.
Well, yeah, she's dead.
Just over her.
It's just leaning over.
Oh well.
Now, what about the mages? You were saying something.
Oh, yeah. The tower's just a guild of mages who sort of make sure we're not like killing people mostly, and that operations for the whole are like, well, not like on the up and up, but just that are more untraceable, I guess.
Well, bad news. I mean, it does look like there are 2 corpses at least here.
Yeah.
Likely going to be attributed to you. So do you have like means of paying these guys, or are you like up shit's creek?
Well, I mean, we are down a bit. Not gonna lie.
Where are we right
do you-
now?
Storage. So this is
Of where?
storage. Well, for my inn, which is in the hall. Yeah, you guys are just coming from the pass. Is that right?
Why does the pass lead to storage in your inn?
Oh, well, this is just like, there's a few places around here that are just kind of dug out where you can keep stuff, whatever kind of stuff you want, as long as the Blackseam Tower knows about it. But the inn, it's out here some, and he points towards the path, the door that you've all entered through. It's in the hall proper if you want to see.
Huh? Holy fuck.
Now, do you have like
I hate the
family
underground.
or like loved ones? Um,
I do actually.
okay. Well, I mean, I was just gonna say, if you need to like skedaddle, you have that opportunity now. But I guess that kind of changes that.
Yeah, I mean, I've got my livelihood and my mom who lives at the
Okay,
inn.
what are we going to do about the fucking murders that we've just committed then? You just gonna leave him down here? Drag him off?
I mean, if I'm not incorrect, there's only one dead person here.
Yeah, the one that matters.
Yeah, I mean, if
Yeah.
you give me a day, I can fix it.
What do you
Can you?
What do you mean?
Yes.
We have resources for that.
Can you?
Yes.
How?
You may forget this, but I am a cleric.
Uh-huh.
She just sort of vaguely points at the skeleton that she has.
Oh, you're gonna just make another one of that?
No,
Of her.
no.
Yeah, that'll
Jesus.
fix it.
Sweet gods, no.
Well, she's getting cold currently.
Yeah, I think we've passed the revivify window.
Have we? Is it like a minute?
Yeah.
Sure is.
God damn it.
It
Yeah, you
takes
had-
10 minutes to cast Gentle Repose unless you had that one packed in.
Nope.
Wow, this is really unexpected. I was certain we
Well-
were going to go the other direction and do 3 more.
You know what though? I could. No, stupid plan. Ignore me.
What? Just make it walk around, make the bones and
Reanimate the
skin walk
mage.
around?
Weekend at Bernie's. This shit.
Yes, precisely.
Love it.
Well, okay, I'm
This whole mage. Someone what a kidder. What's their name? Anybody know their name?
Maybe, we can just go in front of the Baxium Tower and explain the situation. I'm sure they'll understand.
I mean,
Or
In what
That is
world?
the
Counterpoint.
worst idea I've ever
we
heard.
fuck off to where we're supposed to be going, like we should have done from the start. No offense, Denwick, but saving you might have, doomed a lot of people. So make it worth it, buddy.
We've
Oh.
saved you a few bruises, but now we're just gonna leave them with the guilt of the murders that we've committed.
Yep.
Sounds like a
Well,
plan.
murder singular, and also yes,
We have a mission.
we do
Yeah.
have something to be doing.
Okay.
Yeah, and if
I'm still not even sure if they were like shaking you down or just trying to get what they're actually owed. You still haven't even made that point clear.
Oh,
Like,
I mean, it was definitely a shakedown for sure. Like, I think
Okay.
if I pulled off my shoes, one of my toes is broken, but I'm gonna not think about that right now.
So they were enacting violence on you.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure. He goes
right,
over and picks
yeah.
up a dropped knife.
Right. Do you think they were gonna kill you?
I mean,
They probably wouldn't
Probably
get paid
not.
if they had done that, but
yeah.
um,
I mean, my mom is around, but it's not like she can't run it in by herself.
All right.
All right, can we go?
Yeah, we're gonna move on. I can leave you some rope. That's what I've got for you.
I'm sorry.
how
again?
much is it you
that
owe?
literally just
And we-
sounded like I'm gonna leave you some rope so you can hang yourself.
Yeah.
I don't
That's
know what you guys
immediately
did. No, it's so you could tie up the one that's unconscious and not dead. That's
Oh.
You know, I don't know.
Oh fuck, Max! Ah! Ow! 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 Ow!
Quick point of order. As soon as I stop talking to this guy, he's going to be pretty angry. What do you want to do about him?
okay.
Finish the job.
I am
Pudding.
washing my
I'm
hands of
good.
this. I am
kidding,
leaving.
I'm kidding.
What's in this room
What-
over here?
How are you gonna wash your hands of this? You
You
started,
started
this.
it.
I didn't throw the first fucking thing,
Say,
You're the one that came running towards the screen.
and I tried to talk to them.
say, Haza. While you're over there, could you do me a favor? I mean that's a corpse you're on top of right now, right?
I'm aware.
Yeah, could you see if that corpse has a spell book?
No.
I'll do it.
Oh, thanks. H.
Yeah.
It's awfully kind.
Danwick, buddy,
She doesn't
my
have
man.
the book
You
on
know,
her, but she
I
has a focus.
I'm not going to place blame. I am just washing my hands of this. What's over here? Is this a bedroom or is this a way out? How do we get out of here?
Follow
This
Dresden.
way.
Towards the zombie and
Oh my
Picareva.
god.
Hey,
Okay.
Dresden, are we
Oh, my
supposed to
God.
be coming through this place, or were you gonna lead us a different way? Because we were following you.
He looks down the passage and just points eastward on the map. Just just points.
Okay.
Danwick, how short were you? What's
48 gold for the month.
well? Here's 10. That's what I can do for you.
Here's 38.
What are we doing with the one that's
You're-
in Sourcehold?
Fuck.
I don't know. Knock him out. Tie
Yeah,
him up.
Gunter, you hit the other one over the head. Just hit this one over the head.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just try to crack him in the back of the skull with the backside of my glaive and knock him out.
Just mechanically speaking,
Uh-huh.
like when he takes damage, it breaks the enchantment.
Mhm.
Yeah, but if we walk away from him, it also breaks it.
Just tie him up.
Can you bring him with you? If you walk, will he follow you?
I think his speed
Ah.
is 0 and he's incapacitated.
Yeah,
So,
I
no.
mean, I have to go real slow.
Okay, well. that
Look,
doesn't-
how about we take these, all of them, and we'll dump them somewhere else, and maybe they'll forget what happened and think that the mage died some other way.
We are not detouring the thing we have to do to
Yeah.
dispose of bodies.
Yeah, somehow
I mean,
covering up the crime
here's the
scene
thing.
seems
Aren't we
worse.
headed towards like your order? Shouldn't we be taking the dead bodies to the people who handle dead bodies? Throwing that out there. We can just take them, because otherwise we basically killed Danwick here. He might as well walk himself over to the Scriveners. Save his family some trouble.
You're with the Scriveners.
Do I look like she is? She is.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. There's a chapel in the hall. That's one place
Where?
you. I mean, probably pretty
Oh,
central.
You know, fucking, I'm so dumb. Mel just walk over and like heft the body into her arms. All right, let's go.
We're
Just
gonna walk
walking with
through
it.
a city with a corpse.
It's a
I'm with
mean,
the
Scrivener.
Scriveners.
Okay. Okay, what about this one? What about this?
Tie him up.
Yeah,
Danwick,
I'll
are
tie
you,
up that one, and we'll set them outside of this building.
I mean,
You're-
he's gonna remember everything we said, though, right? Is he there? How in there is he? Guess I
He's-
wasn't much in there.
The existential horror if he's like completely fully aware of everything. Like,
I think
He's
that
in the
he,
fucking
I
sunken
think,
place.
I think that
I
he
just
is, but it's
stood
just
there.
the like attitude he has toward it is fairly non-existent.
I mean, it says that
Let's say
he's
incapacitated,
visibly
so
dazed and incapacitated.
Yeah.
okay,
So
incapacitated means
you don't
like,
really keep track of much when you're dazed.
I mean, I think probably the best idea is tie him up and then knock him out.
Yes, that is what I am trying to do. Yes.
I will keep my gun pointed at Danwick the whole time.
Oh, okay.
When he snaps to in a second, he will see Danwick in just as much trouble.
It will be the case that like tying him up and then attacking him will break him from his stupor. He will be able to like struggle back, but with the forces that you have, I'm not counting on him being able to break the ropes in time to remain conscious. So
Mhm.
that guy's out.
All right, Danwick, have you thought about packing up your family and finding somewhere to set up shop that is not so predatory with their rent?
I mean, that's just kind of like par for the course in most places, isn't it?
No.
I've never run an inn, so I don't know. Can you tell us what the general? What's gonna happen to you now if they find out that this person has been killed? Are they just gonna like give you another fee, or?
Oh, I mean, there's a chance that if this all gets discovered and pointed right back at me, that they'll send more after me, and I probably won't make it out. So, I mean, you have a point. Like, I'm probably gonna have to go and relocate.
Okay.
Work on relocating. If anyone asks, tell them Godric did it. I'll take the heat.
Yeah, okay.
Will you?
I will.
All right, Godric did it.
Godric did it. I mean, Godric did start it.
I will. I knocked out everyone that I fought. Just saying. But
I'm aware.
They're like paper. It's not my fault.
It's just,
I'm used to fighting sturdier
Could
stuff.
could we get to the Scriveners, please?
Olvius is going through the pockets of the two that are knocked out to see if there's wands or spell books or anything of any value. And while he's doing it, he's saying, "Okay, so just are we sure we don't want to kill these three? I mean,
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
really, I see why we should, but I just don't want to.
Here, I got an idea. Why don't we just beat up Olvius some more, and then it's just a bunch of crazy people came in and attacked everybody. I'm sorry, not Olvius. Danwick. Sorry, that's a Ted mistake, not a Torek mistake.
Wow, that's
I was
a
very
pretty
curious.
harsh call, I think.
Yeah, but then you don't look like you had any hand in it, so you don't have to
Hey.
relocate.
Hey, there's potential for this problem to be a non-problem. Can we get to the Scriveners, please?
You gonna just diplomatic what?
Diplomatic immunity.
I am going to make a plea for this person's life, and if it is heard, then there is no issue.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I
Um,
can leverage some resources and spells out of the Scriveners. I don't know, but
Okay, well, I
that's
guess
the best option we have if we can avoid this issue altogether.
let's just cover this body with a shroud or something.
Bed inside might be likely a blanket.
Just anything so it isn't like
All right,
immediately recognizable as who it was.
it is my fault. I'll get the blanket.
Thank you, Inks.
Okay. All right, so orcs and hobgoblin being left behind, dead mage being carried by Mel, and proceeding. Correct?
Correct. I'm going to ask our little halfling friend to take us to the temple and hopefully fix this.
Okay, I will move you all into the passage. Do. Oh, sorry about that, Haza. You're in the wall. There you are.
I've seen such wonders.
And Danwick will also be hunched and scurried behind you all. The stretch beyond this point is longer than is illustrated, though not by much, maybe by what just happened.
I moved Decoreva under me.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay. Maybe by like 120 feet. It's clearly a distance, but not unreasonable. I'll just pull you all in, and then how much can you all see? And you find yourselves in a very large, like fairly wrought cavern that is pockmarked with divots and dugouts within the walls, and built structures that sort of fairly obviously in tone like dwarven styling, and then some like upper world humanoid housing as well. There are doors built into the rock walls itself. There are buildings that stand in amidst the floor of this massive cavern. There is the sound of running water and that of a waterfall. Wonder, can you all see? I don't think that you can. You should. Let me turn on. Let's go daylight. There's enough lighting around. Hey. You see that there is a statue of a an elven individual that is some 30 feet tall in sort of the central cavern near a teleportation circle on the ground as well. Let's see. Danwick says, "Mayan's the Half Moon Inn. It's just on the south side there, next to the communes." And he points just down this way some, and then says, the temple, the Scriveners, they are gotta find them again. Oh, they're actually along the wall, over this way on the west. He points. I'd offer you all rooms at my inn, but you've made a good point. I should probably not be here anymore, so I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go.
Well, you should probably stick with us till we know if we can smooth this over. Because if we can, then you don't have to try to run, you know?
You know what? That would be great. And thank you for the coin. Really, it goes a long way.
All right. To the Scriveners.
All right. I will consolidate this group a little bit so that.
At some point, I'm gonna pull my cloak up, and when I push it back down, make myself look like a drow. Just exactly the same, but drow.
Still tallish.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, way too tall for a drow.
Female drow get tall. You're good.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. He points you down this way. As you are moving through the cavern, you hear like the sound of armored individuals walking around. You do see a number of dwarves, both like shield dwarves and like dark dwarves as well. One or two drow around, but you're surprised by the amount of like surface dwelling individuals that you certainly see. A lot of human folk, and even some like wood elves around. Kind of surprises you. God, this group got big. He leads you down this way where you can see a bit of a marketplace with a number of people who are sitting around a fire and chatting enthusiastically, and they appear to be like crafting with their hands. You see some easels and paints, as well as like some clay being molded, which seems like weirdly asynchronous with the rest of what's happening. But
And Edda Oland is here.
I love that token, okay? I'll just bring you guys into this tiny little spot.
Just some people having a pottery day.
Hey, Danwick, what's the story with this place?
Oh, like the whole place?
Yeah, I mean, in general, like, it wasn't built by elves, but there's a giant statue of an elf. We passed a place that looked like Minotaurs either created it or captured it. You got, well, no offense, not normal for a bunch of halflings to be down here.
Yeah, well, the story is something like this was built by minotaurs a really long time ago, and outside of like the hall, there's like a whole bunch of like labyrinthian passages and like secret places and like hidden magics and shit. And the Baxium Tower, that the guild came down this way to like try to find it all, and then they've kind of just been like funding their efforts by offering like black market trade down here. It's kind of where the rest of us have come from.
Interesting.
Yeah, they keep this place like relatively safe, from everyone but them. basically. And then they get to go and explore and find all kinds of crazy stuff out there. And then we get to sell it. As he takes you to the this tiny temple, it is one of the structures that appears to be just dug out from the cave wall. The front of it has been faced with wood that has been that is the like characteristic white bark of some of the like wooden mushrooms, the massive tree-like fungal growths that grow in the Underdark. So it's fairly bright as you approach and enter. Inside, there are two caretakers who are within their dark robes, who appear to be kind of whiling away time until the door enters. You're carrying a body, so they abruptly rise and bow. What services may we provide for you? And they take note then secondarily of Mel and nod in greeting.
Well, it is a large ask, but I would like to make an appeal of sorts. I'm Mel, by the way.
Clem
Also-
and Lane, and they'll gesture to each other.
Sorry.
Hmm?
Nothing. I made a joke that no one would get except Violet. So you said
Oh, come
Clem,
on!
and
No!
I immediately
No, come on! Do it!
I
I wanna
said
hear
Clem,
it.
and I immediately shouted Grokida. So
Thank you,
Care to
Ted.
speak?
I appreciate it. So this was a mistake. She sort of represents the body, and I would like to rectify the situation if Yergel would permit. If not, then that is the way of things. But I humbly believe that an appeal should be made.
The exchanges, they exchange looks, and you can see that they have like fear and concern. Yes, of
Yeah.
course.
We have
Yeah.
60 platinum left in our bribery chest, so
Mel will just say, "Do me a favor and lift back the sheet."
We could assist in returning. Well, we would be allowed to at least delay the deconstruction of the body. However, we are not capable of returning them. There would be something of higher import than we're able to provide here.
I was afraid as much.
is there a mine somewhere around that we can get some diamond?
Well, that really won't matter. Even if they could delay the process, the window's already up.
Well, but for more powerful magics, don't you just need more diamonds?
N-
I mean, I was dead for more than a minute, wasn't I? Wasn't I?
Is that
I don't
Ted
know.
asking?
No, that's Torek asking.
Okay.
I don't rightly remember. That one
like
was
I said, we have some
weird.
money left in our bribery war chest. So if we could
Yeah.
find someone who can do it, we could just give them the money.
If we could attain a
Mostly.
500 gold diamond, then
Raise Dead becomes an
Raise
option.
Dead can be cast. It's got a 10-day.
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
should have that.
I was gonna say
if
I
you're-
have a very large diamond that I have not used any of.
Assuming you haven't multi-classed, you are, I believe, high enough level to cast Raise Dead, but I have zero reason to believe you have it prepared today.
We could go get you the right diamond for this.
Say, do y'all have a place where you burn corpses?
Yes, we
Yes.
have a crematorium.
Oh, well, problem solved then.
It's not a problem solved.
Begging pardon, Madam Mel, it does appear that this is a member of the Baxium Tower you have in your arms.
Yes, it quite is.
Is that bad?
Presuming, of course, that Jurgle does deny the request for her return. Yes.
So this Baxium Tower is the bigwigs in this area.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay.
Better make the request a good one then.
I intend to.
Do we need to go out and find the right gem for this?
God. What was that fucking. Wait. Oh no! Oh no! I just remembered. Oz was holding on to the diamond. Fuck! I'm so mad.
The sword had Revivify
Hey, you know
cast
what
in
would
it.
have been great if we had remembered, whenever he was only dead for a minute, that we have a sword that can cast Revivify.
Sure would
Yeah.
not have made a difference. Sure wouldn't have.
I remembered. I just thought we were saving it for one of us.
Yeah,
Well,
one of you.
in any case.
All right,
So
so we
Zay-
should go back and kill those other two then, right?
No.
Technically 3.
Mel will turn to the Scriveners and ask, well, is there anywhere that I could get the component?
Let's see. Well, the Blackjack often sells curios. I believe the Chain Gut Trading Post, they often have gemstones.
I'm sorry. Pause. Did you say chain gut trading
Yeah,
post?
that's it. That's it.
That rules.
Thank
That
you.
is metal as fuck.
Thank you.
Well, I need 500 gold's worth.
I hand over our bribery.
How much is that?
Time
it's
to
six-
bribe God.
It's 60 plat.
So just enough, really.
Legitimately, I know we've been spending a pretty good amount as we've gone along. It's
Yeah,
just
you've been
this is what we
sprinking
happen.
along like a
this
Hansel
is
and
what we-
Gretel candy trail.
This is what we happen to have left. Is 60 plat.
All right, and which shop would I have the most luck at?
Dun, 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 dun. I believe it would be the trading post, which is. Should have done a better job of labeling these myself. Opposite side of the hall, across the river.
Okay. Then
And-
that's where we'll go.
To be clear, we're gonna have to do this. Then we're gonna have to wait until tomorrow, right?
Correct.
So by then, the ones who we've tied up or knocked out will be awake, going back to report this person deceased or missing. Let's go with missing. They don't know, probably. Just so we gotta just hide then for. We gotta move fast, get back here, and then hide until tomorrow.
I mean, we could also just be honest. Selectively.
Dresden's like, yeah, about which part?
Yeah, I mean,
Be honest, as in. Ish. Honest ish. We found this person. and we're
Look.
trying to get them revived. Does that sound bad? Does that really sound all that bad?
It's yeah.
How
It's
about
easy,
we?
it's simple, slips right off the tongue.
How about some of us head to procure this diamond. I can head back to where the unconscious folk are, and we can wake them while they are still restrained and kind of explain the situation a little bit, that we're in works, in discussions for the mage, and that they should maybe, talk to people that are big and threatening.
Sure, that sounds good. And
Okay, I'll if we're splitting, then I'll go with Godric.
Well, I guess I better go with you guys too. And I hold up the little book that I have. Oh, when I got
I'm gonna stay here if that's okay.
I feel like you should be going home and trying to move. Like
Okay, so we're back to
today.
that plan.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I don't know. It's up to you. You make your own decisions with your own life and your own safety.
Oh, it's go back and talk to your family. You don't have you won't have death on your hands at this point, but I'm sure the tower's not going to be super stoked about this whole situation regardless. They might not have anything directly that they'll do to you because of this, but they could very well hold a grudge, and that might not be good for the longevity of your business. You're muted.
I'm seeing it. You're right. You're right.
Okay, so some of us go back to the captives. Some go pick up the goods. Is the body safe here? Do we need somebody to babysit it?
We'll take care
The-
of the body.
Great.
yeah, and Mel will pass them 5 gold and just say to keep it in one piece. Thank you again. My
Naturally.
apologies for being so out of the blue.
They nod and take the coin, drop it into a donations box, and begin not embalming, but preserving the body.
Also, quick point of order. Do we want Dresden to stay here?
That seems like it's up to Dresden, but
Well,
safe with the Scriveners.
I can stay here.
I guess somebody should stay with you.
well, if you just want to put this book back on the one-eyed charmed, then I can stay here with Dresden.
I can do that.
All right, go team. 1, 2, 3, break.
Okay.
All right.
All right, Torek, you're with me then.
But I'm
Where
just
else would I go?
Anywhere you pleased. She smiles back.
Okay, so Mel and Torek. Inks, where are you going?
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna suggest, since you were the one who, I guess none of them witnessed that. It's
Wait,
fine.
I'm gonna need you to repeat because I heard Torek, but I'm not sure if that's what you wanted.
Yes, with Mel and Torg. I had
Okay,
booted them out. I apologize.
Okay, gotcha. All right. Okay. Godric and Haza, you walk
Mhm.
back the way you've come. We'll go there in a second. Mel, Torek, and Inks, as you are crossing the cavern, as I said, it's across the bridge. So I'll just walk your guys' little tokens so you can like peruse a little. You see a couple of buildings. You do see customers moving in and out of what appears to be shops. You do see down to the south here the Half Moon Inn, as it was described. There's this bridge that goes over this underground river, and as you approach it, you do see the waterfall to the north that is springing this water and pooling a little, but mostly it is just running immediately off back into the underground. As you are crossing the bridge, coming nearer to the great statue, you do see a number of the armored orcs and one particularly very large ogre who are they're not on guard, that is fairly clear, but they are clearly abusing their power over the space to have this open space to themselves. Um, kind of get some like rough looks and like scoffs in your direction as you like pass this way, just kind of like snide expressionisms, but you are not hindered from passage, and you can make it all the way to over here. The on this farther side right here is the trading post. Is that where you wish to go?
Yes, sure.
Okay. The interior is, or the exterior is carved with dwarven faces, kind of like almost comically graphic in their caricature, in the pillars that like support the awning of this building. It's a little bit campy. The interior is warm. You see pretty much any volume of regular trade goods that you could ask for, and a lot of like spelunking materials as well as behind the counter, a small array of elixirs and some like bagged and labeled spell components. You cannot see what they might be. They're all like bound in leathers, but they are labeled. And as you enter, a golden-haired dwarven woman, her hair like very keenly plaited back, and beard twisted nicely, comes up and stands behind the rather low-set countertop and says, "Good morning. What can I do for you?"
Good morning. Diamonds. Do you have them for casting?
Diamonds. We may have some. It would depend on the volume with which you would mean to purchase.
For about 500 gold's worth.
In a single diamond.
Can it be multiple diamonds? Can it
Only
be
for
like a...
Revivify.
Raised dead has to be a single diamond.
God damn it. One single one.
She seems surprised and says, "Do you have the coin for such a purchase?"
Yes.
She looks a little skeptical.
I will pull the little bribery chest from my bag of holding and put it down on the thing.
Okay. The weight of
And-
it. Yeah.
And open it up a little bit.
She looks visibly impressed and begins like digging her finger in to count a little, and says, "All right, give me one moment." And she turns to her wall where she like taps her fingers along the listed inventory on the shelf before picking up a satchel that has it seems fairly small, as far as you can tell, and sets it in front of you.
I will peek inside the satchel, and if there is a diamond, I would like to examine it and probably get Torik's help, or have Torik examine it for me. I feel like that's more his wheelhouse than mine.
Yeah, you'll Yeah, she'll let you. She'll let you. Do either of you have jeweler's tools as a proficiency?
Sure do not.
Inks,
Uh,
come
My
on, come in
historical
clutch.
knowledge only applies to art objects, not to gems.
Yeah, that was Vicaris, not Inks.
Damn it.
That was Zashel, not Torek.
I will let either of you roll an intelligence check.
Particularly
Might as well.
stressed about it. I mean,
Yeah. Any of you
Look-
can take a look.
look at it this way, Mel. If it doesn't work, then we know it did not meet the requirement. Like, if the spell doesn't work, then we know that we were sold something not what we asked for, and we just
Yeah, I
come
guess-
back.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. We know
And I mean-
where this place is now.
I feel like magic is common enough that most people know what you need this for,
I mean, especially with a shop like this. She sort of
especially
winks
right
at
across
the
the bridge
dwarf.
from the Scriveners.
Her arms are kind of crossed and her fingers are drumming as you are on her bicep as she's like listening to you. But
Plus, I mean, come on, this is a dwarf. They're honorable. They're not going to cheat us.
Inks and Toric are able to, even though it is small in size, its facets and craftsmanship have elevated its value. It is worth the 500 gold. It will suffice.
Alrighty, there goes the bribery chest. I'm gonna be returning with 10 plat. Yeah, she just takes the 10 plat off the top and says, that should do.
Thank you. And what brings you down into the hall by chance?
Business. She sort of gestures at her at her holy symbol.
People like you are bound to make good money down here.
Oh,
Oh yeah, plenty of places to wander into, get lost, find treasures, or in your case, dead bodies.
I suppose that's fair. Things look kind of similar topside, though, to be honest, in that realm.
That's true, but here it's very easy to get lost and very hard to find your way back. It's usually what gets them.
All right, well, then we should start finding our way back, folks.
Hey, you
One
from
second.
this area, by the way, or are you from some other holdfast?
Oh, my dad set this place up.
Okay, you're
A few
local.
decades ago. Yeah. That's his face outside. And she kind of gestures with her chunky finger out to the to the carving out in the window.
Very model of a dwarf, from what I know of dwarves, which is
She-
a lot. But
She looks very proud. Anything else I can be helping you with?
No, thank you very much.
All right. Well, don't be a stranger. Good luck.
Mel will nod and
Maybe I just
exit.
come here.
And
Before
make our
I
way
go-
back to the. Oh, okay.
Funny little elixirs. What's going on with those?
Oh, mostly healing. There's some spider climb here. Let's see. Uh,
Is
this
that
one's
one-
supposed to be uh, a potion of giant strength, but I think it's gone bad. She pops open the cork and takes a sniff and winces.
Hmm. Oh, I get a question? Yeah, I'll take a
how
healing.
much for the spider climb?
Let me double check. I want to say 300. Let me double check. Do. 300. Yep.
Ugh. I feel that's a little expensive. That's handy though. I might come back.
She smiles.
Grab a healing potion. Might as well.
All right. It's actually 60 gold down here.
Highway robbery. Okay.
When you've got a hold on the market, you know.
Smart girl.
All right.
Let's get back to that temple.
Yeah, I'll drag you guys back over there. We'll take our 15-minute break, and then we'll see what we need to handle with Haza and Godric.
All right. Yay, food time.
Reston, getting him where he needs to go.
Yeah, Dresden, what's the plan from here?
I have a contact at. Let's see. I've got to remember where it is. At House Azair. Need to find that place.
And at that point, are you then?
And from that
each-
point, your connection to me is no longer contractual.
Okay. Also, out of character, to remind me, we're also here. I can't remember what the connection to the like way of getting to the fucked up moving city.
The Scriveners
There are
are guarding
portals
the
here,
portal.
and the
Right.
Scriveners have
Okay.
portals.
Sorry, where is it that? Can you put in chat where Dresden said he's heading?
Yeah. House Azair.
So the question is, do we wait or do we get you there as fast as possible so that you can move on to the next leg of your journey, let's assume?
Well, preferably if you're going to continue to have such heat upon you. And he looks to the corpse. I think the sooner I am removed from your to-do list, the safer I will be.
All right. Mel, what do you need beyond the thing?
Time to prepare the spell and yeah, get it performed.
Do you have time before starting that process to go find this place for him, or do you need to start now so you can get it done, as soon as possible?
Well, to do things, I guess, in a way that I would be comfortable with, I do need to ask my deity, and that will take time. I'd rather stay and someone else go.
Say, Dresden, what can you tell us about this House Azir?
Uh, he thinks for a moment, recalls and says it is a smaller shop, I believe, one of our connections, run by a fellow named Phantom.
What do they sell there?
Ordinarily, when we've ever had dealings with him in the past, magical items found within the labyrinth.
Ooh. Let's see if we can't find this house then. Olvius will walk out
Okay.
and sort of down into the marketplace.
All
Is
right.
Olvius trying to go alone?
Olvius isn't trying to go alone, but Olvius is
Okay.
going.
I'm definitely going with Olvius. I want to see this. Last time he went out and just worked magic by just talking to a guy. I want to see how this works.
You see a market shop that is selling a lot of like more traditional Underdark fare, like wares and and produce. So you see a lot of unusual fungals, like fungi that are being sold as like um, traveler's bread, like water pipes and certain things. I said water pipes. It's specifically like this shoot of a fungus that like houses water within it, very like a shoot of bamboo. Um, there's a bunch of odd things here. There's also like this group that who you kind of had seen as you had entered, which all appear to be like an odd assortment of individuals who do appear to be actively working on like craft projects together near a warm fire, as someone is like searing meat on stones nearby as well.
What sort of
Um,
crafts are they doing?
You see a dwarven individual who is using his hands to quite literally shape and pull and sculpt stone into figures, humanoid figures. You see a middle-aged, pale-faced woman who is painting. Uh, you see beside her, like back to her, is a drow gentleman who is also painting. There is a curious uh, individual who has a clean, smooth head, dark purplish skin, and tendrils descending from where his nose ought to be, tentacles, who is, I believe, oh, I gotta double check what he's doing.
It's got
He's
a little
doing
Pete
some.
Skull cocktail.
He's chilling. He is also crafting. Oh, where is my thing? You also see an odd creature that appears to be um, metalloid, but with an unfortunate amount of like humanoid flesh sort of stretched over parts and
God.
pieces.
God,
Um,
horrifying.
Holy shit.
I'm glad
I-
I'm staying inside. Jesus.
Gonna go stand and stare at that guy.
who is playing instruments with each of his four arms.
Oh my god, is that one of those things?
I just gaze in fascination.
Wow. Wow, look at all you making all this cool stuff.
The
Any of
older woman smiles and nods to you.
Do y'all sell any of this stuff?
Oh, sure, absolutely. She turns her easel a little bit so that you can see what she is working on. It would appear to be like two twin children who are laying in a glassy glade or grassy glade under a bright blue sky. We were happy to sell anything, provided it's finished. She looks around at some of the others who nod.
Oh, well, it's really cool. I'm a bit of a craftsman myself. I don't do anything nearly as nice as that, though. Um, I'd have to make some coin before I could really afford anything, I imagine. Do you know of any place around here that buys or sells or trades magic items?
The drow gentleman points with his brush off in. Let me get my little arrow. Where are you? There you are. So he's like here, and he points off in this direction. And he says, Azir purchases and sells. There's also the blackjack. You might get a slightly better price, but you have to deal with the owner in that case.
Ooh, what's wrong with the owner at the blackjack?
The woman just kind of scoffs and shakes her head. He's fine. My friend here is just a stick in the mud.
And how far up is that house's ear?
He says it is the second house down on this path.
Great, I'll see if I can strike up a deal there, and then maybe we could talk a little bit.
All right. Let's see. Oh, the tentacle friend is also painting landscapes that are all in the shade of purple.
I don't know how I feel about tentacle-faced Bob Ross. Oh no, that's not where I could. Where'd I come from? Holy shit! Oh, I guess I'm up here.
If you want, I can just like drag you in the direction that you were indicated, if that would be easier.
Well,
Unless
I'm
you're
going to
unless you are deliberately wandering.
no, I'm going to get Dresden.
Okay, great. All right. Yeah, you can fetch him.
Yeah, and I'll just let everybody know that said it's up there. The second, what'd they say? The second door.
Yeah. And he can provide you better directions, and so I can like
Mhm.
take you that way if that's what you're
Yep.
doing. Okay.
Yeah, unless anybody's got a better plan.
When he comes back for Justin, I'll go with them too.
Okay.
Yeah. Squat up.
All right. Whole gang.
Pull myself away from the fucking horrid fascination of the flesh square.
Ogron?
Might be.
Okay.
It definitely is. That's
The horrible flesh square.
yeah.
You approach a stout little building of stone blocks that does not seem particularly well cemented together, but very anciently cobbled. And let's see. Yeah. You walk into what appears to be another trading post. Oh, hi, Torek, you're here. Here you go.
Yeah, I thought we all joined in.
Okay. Yeah. Attending here is a tiefling gentleman who has skin that is inky black and fairly pale hair, um, sort of silverish. You can see in his features some like pointed drow ears and like an elven face, but dark and heavily curled horns. Um, he looks up in surprise, and simply on the counter in front of him, um, moves his fingers. Like he's like going to wipe a rag. It looks like across the counter, and as he does so, uh, streaks in the cleaning fluid like leave a distinct mark of like the upside down V that was indicated to you previously.
Mhm.
And Dresden just steps forward and draws his finger through it to finish the star shape. And the two of them like clasp hands and bump knuckles. The tiefling grins at all of you, bright, flashy smile, and says, "Is there anything else I might be able to help any of you with? I appreciate this shipment making it here in one piece."
Oh, we're happy to oblige. Anybody interested in doing a little shopping? I mean,
Ooh,
as long as we're here.
what you got?
He brings you to his inventory. He has a number of ammunitions that are
Oh.
listed for sale. There are whips and a flail, all of which you can see have like a very heavy price tag. There is a sword that is forged of black steel and has a red crystal within it that beats by itself in light, and a very lovely gleaming white steel scimitar as well. And yeah, and some dragon armor. That is copper in color.
I don't see a pop up. Sorry, that's what I was.
Yeah, I don't have a handout.
Oh,
Hold on. I'll list them again.
usually pops up. Sorry, that's what I was.
No, that's you're good. uh, there you go.
I'll at least ask about the weapons. My heart is promised, but
The whips are either of them. There's a +2 and a +3. The +2 is 4,000. The whips, the +3 is 16,000. The flail is also 16,000, but is a +3 flail. The longsword is a 9 lives stealer, and the scimitar is a scimitar of speed. The 9 lives stealer is 8,000 gold. The scimitar of speed is 6,000 gold.
Going to regret asking this. How much is the armor?
8,000. It is interesting. It's hide armor.
as I'm looking at like both of the weapons, I'm gonna say mentally to my sword, like, okay, now look close, because we're gonna need you to do something like this someday. Like that one is really fast, and that's pretty cool. This one's just a mess.
You begin to feel like as you are looking at each one individually, there's something inside of you that is like thrumming. When you look upon the scimitar, you feel like a lightness under your feet. With the long sword, there's just kind of a groaning stretch of like weight that feels to like fill your rib cage.
Yeah, like blink, look at the sword, meant to say, okay, exactly the right energy.
You see the reflection of yourself in the sword wink at you.
What ammunitions do they have?
I would say here you can absolutely buy bullets. um, but they have arrows. They have, what is that? It was +2 arrows and crossbow bolts. And yeah. They have 3 +2 darts.
Mm,
Inks. Bow, bow, bow.
Any interest?
Lots of interest in the armor, not enough gold.
How much is it again?
8,000.
How much do you have?
900?
Yeah.
So that would be less.
Yeah.
Considerably, yes.
It's like working the math, like how much could we pool to get Dork an excellent toy?
Oh, it's. I mean, it's.
It
I'm
would
not even
set-
sure it's an excellent toy. It's purely. I mean, Torek. The last time we saw Dragon Scale armor, Torek talked about how.
Yeah.
Like
this is of religious significance. We are all of us too poor for this.
mhm.
And I forgot what the actual payment arrangement is for this job that we did.
I mean, I don't mean to crush your soul, but the bribery pool was like the money given to you.
I kind of figured.
Could always ask for a friends and family discount.
Yeah, take about 100 off. Unless Inks is buying the darts, I don't think
Nope,
they don't call to you.
they never
Wow.
have.
Hot and cold, this one.
Wow.
No, the high likelihood that I'll lose them is not enough for the gold.
Yeah, that's fair. You throw them at something flying and they fall in the water, hypothetically,
Yep.
and you lose them.
Just have to not do that.
Oh, right. Yeah. Huh.
Yeah, I guess unless we go shop hopping, we just go to hang back out in a tomb for the next day.
How much for the darts again?
They are.
The siren song.
They are 200 apiece.
Oh.
Oh. It's like you're like circling around the bar, like, oh.
Yeah, I thought it'd be way more. Hmm.
Yeah, it's because they expect you to lose them.
Okay, well, no. I gotta save my money for something cool.
Okay.
Like a fan of Gust.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Or like elbow pads that have a knife in it.
I was like 100 short last time, and I really wanted that fan.
Maybe some like knee
That's
pads that have a bunch of
ludicrous.
ground up nails in them.
Yeah, something like that.
Back to the crypt.
Back to the crypt.
Sweet.
To the crypt. Guys, it's like a church.
This one is.
That's fair. That's entirely fair.
All right. What else are you doing while Mel's working?
I guess while we're here, we should probably decide, what is it we're doing next?
I mean, why don't we ask these people about that portal?
Okay. So we're at least willing to hear about the portal.
Yeah?
Yeah, flag and attendant.
Yeah. Lane
Clem.
helps you out. Yeah, Clem and Lane.
We were told you have a room with some special gateways in it. Maybe just one.
Well, there's the crematorium.
Not That's more of a proverbial gateway.
Yes.
All right, we were told that you had some kind of
There's a portal to Ullerith.
The face immediately darkens, and he takes he leans back almost.
Sorry, should I have mentioned Lauxius first, or...
I'm sorry, how did you come to know of that gate?
Our
I should.
employer.
We know where the gate is. We are the keepers of it, but part of our keeping of it is not allowing any passage. What purpose have you in seeking it?
Well, there are at least two purposes. Torek.
As far as I'm aware, our purpose was to go through it for the boss.
There were some other reasons, such as the potential undead monstrosity that lurks in there, or...
Oh, see, that was the bait to get us to go through it.
Right.
That is my motivation.
Other bait being the greater good.
Torek just makes it two-handed, like, see this? Gesture at Mel, like, the bait worked.
Yeah, I suppose the bait for me was the greater good angle on stopping an evil city from ravaging the countryside, potentially.
And also the interests of our employer. But those are more vague.
The portal to Ullerith is hidden in the labyrinth. We know the way there, and we frequently travel to ensure its security. But it is dangerous. It's not something we often are able to do without significant protections of our own.
Well, it is still up in the air whether or not we collectively want to do it. However, we could be your protection if you needed to go there, if you haven't been able to find protection of your own.
He nods. You mentioned the Lich Lord. And he points at Mel. Expect that you are the one to banish a being of such ancient holding?
Well, no one else is trying.
We've had no success thus far. It has been a call to death itself to attempt it.
Isn't that just the path? For me, at least. It's fine. Don't worry about me.
You see his jaw tighten a little as he swallows whatever he may have been thinking. Um, and says, I suppose we could help you get there. But as I said, it is very dangerous, and we could not
We weren't
begin that journey today.
Well, that's just as well. We have some business in town to take care of first. But we were expecting it to be dangerous, and that's part of why there is a divide, sort of wavering conviction on going through with this part of our employer's request.
Understood.
But I appreciate the offer.
Out of curiosity, how many expeditions, parties? How many times have you sent folks through it?
Through. Not in my lifetime.
Oh, okay. Good. Smart.
I've made the pilgrimage twice. I believe Clem has been there now thrice. But our time here has not been particularly long. It is more valuable, as deemed by the other scriveners, that we provide here for the hall than to continue to make such a pilgrimage and risk our lives.
And just trust that nobody will go and use it.
We believe the wards placed upon it and our regular attendance will be enough, at least to ensure that no one would make such a risky adventure without us knowing.
Well, have you known of anybody who's slipped your protections?
As of this time, no.
Overall, pretty solid pitch for why not to go through the portal to the moving city. Oh yeah, this might be news to two of you now that I think about it. Holvius and Godric, I don't know if we've talked about the evil moving city and the potential ulterior motive of this mission to gain access to the ability to go to the evil moving city.
Oh yeah, I mean, sounds like there's a lich that needs de-liching.
I kind of
If
figured
ever
you'd
there
be
were
on
a
board.
group to do it, I think this one could do it.
And that's the reason why we'd go to take care of a lich.
I mean, obviously there'd probably be some treasure there for you. Probably pretty substantial. At that
Not
or
to mention the prestige of clearing out someplace like that.
Sorry, I don't think there's going to be a lot of prestige because I think this is supposed to be kept quiet. Once people know that a place like Ulrith is not a threat, think of how many people are going to try to take over a city that's full of portals to other places. Stable ones that move
Oh.
with the city.
You know, when I say prestige, I don't necessarily mean fame. At least, you know, this person right here knows about and would know what happened. Loxius back there, you know, they'd know about it and know what happened.
Also, now that you mentioned Loxius in the same sentence as it out loud, it's probably going to be him.
It takes it over. Yeah, that's why he wants us to clear
Yeah.
it. I mean, he said as much. That's not secret. I'm not
It
making
just fully clicked.
Sorry.
Is it better? I guess controlled self-servingness might be better than wanton destruction and evil.
Yes.
As an argument, yeah.
I mean, I guess I'm trying to figure out where wanton evil and what wanton evil and destruction you mean, because
I mean, isn't it moving? Right now, it's not overpopulated, mostly populated areas.
I mean, a lich needs souls to continue living. It's getting them from somewhere.
fair point.
Like, if it hasn't, it's only a matter of time till it, goes over the top of a. I don't know how it's moving. Is it goes over the top of a village, or he sends some minions out to go bring people back. It, he, she, it.
Mm. I don't know whether this one makes me want to go stop it more or abstain.
And what's the
Also
argument
kinda-
for abstaining?
It's dangerous.
Right.
The likelihood that we die is higher than it would have
Yeah.
ever been. There is a power vacuum that we're going to create in a place that houses a lot of very powerful things that I guarantee you we won't be able to carry them all out of there. Or even find all of them. So that might be a problem. And not to comment on Loxius's character, but even if he does secure the place for his own interests and its contents, then what? Do you think his intentions are noble? I don't really trust that.
I
They
doubt that his
are.
intentions are to devour innocent people's souls to continue extending their lifespan.
Yes, and I understand that. It's just the danger for potential more harm feels bad, but I feel like my conviction would be wavering if I said I didn't want to do this still.
I'm confused. Don't we work for Loxius?
Yes,
We do work for Loxius.
that's more accurate.
And yet it sounds like you don't really trust him or think he has good motives for his work.
No, his motives are very transparent, but he has a very sneaky way of getting them across. He's the kind of person that will make you feel like anything that he wants to do to get accomplished has something in it for you in some capacity and will make you think that it's a good idea when
Oh.
sometimes it isn't.
Okay, well then why do you work for him?
Well, because he pays them, well, us, and like nothing so far has been so far out of our
Oh, I see.
sort
So if the
of
money's good enough, the
arrangement.
motives don't matter.
Sometimes, well, no, there are of course like
Everyone's
we're all
got their limits.
mercenaries. We all have our limits. And
Hmm.
some people have reached them. And that's why we had openings in our party. And additionally, it's not that Loxius has obviously bad intentions. He just has a way of feeling like he's not telling you the whole story. And the whole story ends up being very important.
Yeah, I'm less concerned about the whole story. If I get what I want out of it, what do I care what he gets out of it?
To wit,
Well,
I was going to say
because he has some fingers in some very powerful places. That's the
Oh,
concern.
that you want your fingers in. Oh, I see.
No.
Oh, well then what do you care where his fingers are?
Mel shrugs. Gets back to writing a little bit.
it it is no sin to be self-serving, which is what he is, which is what all people are to some degree. He wears it on his sleeve, which is refreshing, but yeah, it is the understanding that if we do this for us, we are also doing it for him, and he will benefit in ways we can't predict or measure or know.
I don't have any of those problems.
You
This
actually
place
have
is
the
dangerous, and I have a
Yeah.
reason to keep somebody alive.
honestly, your motivations are the most direct, sensible, even.
Not gonna pretend they're not anything but what they are.
It's self-serving, but it is not exactly. In any case, it's a question of, for those that are willing to go, if you're in it for, really, it's, are you willing to risk your life for capital R riches or a capital G good? And if you are, then we go for it and we risk our lives. Some of us may die, but if the job gets done, the job is done, and those that live get their capital R riches. Riches obviously being a global term for also knowledge or magical prowess or whatever it is that is of that. Maybe
Reward
capital
might be the
V.
better.
Yeah,
word
capital
going.
R reward. Or it's a capital D duty, I guess, in the case of Mel, which is sort of a great act of service for your god to remove this thing.
Doesn't seem like it's just for Mel, to be fair. I mean, Godric, you seem... is this a calling for you, or is this just... I'm not judging. I'm just trying to clarify.
Well, it is one of my tenets to seek glory for me and my companions, to better ourselves and to not back down from challenges, to perform actions that speak louder than words and protect those who are weaker than us.
Does he have a speech memorized?
Mm.
This is
Jinx.
Mel in character.
Jinx, are you all right? You seem to be sweating.
It's not really a tenet if you don't have it, in the core of your being.
Stop commenting on my perspiration. Sometimes I sweat. We all sweat.
It's mostly the just. Okay. So
We can worry about all that tomorrow, right? I mean, we're not going to go through until this. If it's around, I'll gesture it.
The
Corpse.
corpse.
At
We
the
may be
corpse.
arrested by the tower soon, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, there's that. There's Dwin here. There's all kinds of things that could happen between now and our ability to go through that portal. And as much as I might be trying to talk people out of it, if you all decide to go through, I will go. But we don't. We have time for everybody to think about that and decide what's where you're standing on that.
Yeah.
I think we
Alright.
got time to decide and think about it, so we should take that time to decide and think about it.
Agreed.
Okay. While Mel continues working, what are the rest of you doing to occupy your time? Let's start with Ulvius. What are you up to?
Ulvius will reach into his cloak to like an interior pocket and pull out a handkerchief that he sort of spreads open in his hands, and he'll spend 10 minutes reading the embroidered text off of the handkerchief. And at the completion of that, his cloak will slowly lift off his shoulders and be neatly folded up and placed next to him as he sits down. His tea set brought out, tea brewed, and pouring it into his now 5 teacup.
You just casting Unseen Servant?
I am,
Okay.
as a ritual.
And just making a little day of it?
Yeah, have a little tea.
Yeah.
Having this guy do that, and then clean some of my gear. And then I'll get, probably when all that's done, I'll go to embroidering. And there's tea for anyone who would like, someone's going to have to share a cup, or we're going to have to get cups from our hosts. Such a filthy fucking hag. Sorry, nothing.
The monks here do actually like bring out their own stoneware and sit with you.
And I'll make a point to inviting anyone who would like to sit and have some tea.
Does anyone want to join in?
Considering I was planning to do just kind of like a meditation day, the tea is probably a great companion piece to that, actually.
Yeah,
Excellent.
fuck it. Mel will put down her quill after some hesitation.
You can have tea while writing.
I
I think
can.
most people do.
I bought a book about meditation and relaxation.
Mel just puts down her quill, goes down, grabs some tea, and just thank you. I'm gonna.
Oh, yeah, you're very
Yeah.
welcome.
She gets back to work.
Then Haza, with your meditation, are you just going through your book and trying to vibe out and chill?
Yeah, at some point, it more just becomes like a sort of aimless meditation with the sword.
Okay.
I just haven't had a
Aimless.
lot of time to sit and like, not since the sauna actually, to just sit and sort of be present. And that seemed to work out pretty good for me. So maybe I'll just take this last moment of quiet peace to just sit and be present.
Okay. I don't think that you have like as violent of reactions as
Yeah.
but like I think just given time to like have that presence, you're beginning to feel those like ebbs and flows of energy that like feel like they're moving in the way that like in a lot of meditations they talk about like moving from the top of your head to the ends of your toes. You're feeling that like from your chest, like in your ribs and down into your gut, and then extending out from your hands to your fingers to the blade and then back, like this pathway of like very very kinetic energy that is walking that pathway, that feels very like just with after like hours of thinking and feeling for it, you sense.
Yeah, I think
And it feels kinetic specifically.
given how obsessed she often is with running and with like working out and stuff, so much of her magic is just a reflexive kind of like a thing you can do, that having there be an actual exercise to practice, like an active component you could practice, like to exercise, is a game changer for Hazel. Like, wait a minute, this is a muscle I can practice? Like, I can work this out? She just goes in on it.
This is the most uptight person thing to do.
Mm-hmm. Hazel's not uptight, never.
Mel, is there any like after scribing has after you have after you've composed your request, is there anything that you want to be doing?
Yeah, I'm about to send that request because I have a nice copied book as a component for divination, and that's what I'm doing.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just gonna fold that up, put a little seal on it, and burn it with the book, and let
Okay.
divination just kind of take hold of that one.
Okay.
And yeah.
Yeah, the two acolytes who are in the in the temple with you, and that like they kind of watch what's happening, and I think you're like would be to that, like, you are focused in what you are doing, and so you don't maybe notice, but others might notice that they're, like, watching with some like, with both reverence and, like, like, reverence and awe, but also there's just a little bit of alarm, confusion, um, like,
Like
yeah.
the stranger scrivener rolled up to our place with a dead body and is seeing if she can raise it back and if that's a good idea with our god.
Yeah. So is that your question?
It is. Would Yergol be able to relinquish that soul back to us? Is that something that he is willing to do in this case of negligence and accident
Mhm,
and happenstance, which it happened?
mhm.
Was this a mistake? Yeah.
Um, the your ritual prayer book beside you, um, spins, the pages flick in, like, in what looks like a almost the effect of a hurricane upon paper, um, while this smoke from the burning book begins to crawl off of the altar and across the pages. For all intents and purposes, for those in witness, like, this looks both deeply dark and like a fairly chaotic magical response from a god, as scrawled through smoke onto your prayer book pages is uh, is the phrase, um, request accepted.
Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah, we're so back.
Huge.
This is huge. Yeah. Mel will see that and just kind of nod at it and start putting away her things neatly as the smoke subsides.
All right, and the book shuts of its own accord. Uh, Dandy. Who do we have? Toric. Anything else you are doing today?
No, nothing specific. Toric will enjoy some tea and then figuring if we got 8 hours left. Just hey, Inks, you got that practice lock still? I'm gonna
Hmm?
get it this time, I swear.
Oh yeah, 1 second. And she'll just go and grab some tea and pour it into her mug and drink from it. And then, all right, let's go.
All right, then, Inks, you're gonna stick around and do that then?
Yeah, I'll help Toric with the lockpicking.
Okay. And then, Godric, what are you up to?
We're up to 16, Doug.
I think you
Uh.
passed me on poisoners. No, not yet, not yet.
This
I think
student has
Godric is
become
just
the
gonna
master.
be, enjoying the tea with everybody, and just hanging out. Nothing in particular.
Man, Godric, Inks really likes tea.
Well, you make a fine tea.
Oh, thank you. Say, what do you think of our new traveling companion?
Well, I mean, they're a pretty capable bunch. Seems like, heads are screwed on right. That unfortunate death was unfortunate, and hopefully we can work toward dealing death only when it's necessary. But
what are your thoughts about going through this portal? You probably have you definitely have the least sort of forewarning or outside knowledge about it. Must come as quite a shock.
I mean, I certainly wasn't expecting it, but I tend not to turn my nose away from adventure and excitement. If it is as dangerous as Torque makes it out to be, and I have no reason not to believe him, we'll just need to be cautious and careful and know when retreat is the correct option. Sometimes you lose a fight, and that's got to be okay.
Well, I don't mind losing a fight, just so long as I don't lose my life.
Yeah, and sometimes that just comes down to knowing when to call the loss and, when the retreat happens, that kind of thing. And, if the cards fall away, then that's unfortunate, and we just got to pray to whoever we pray to and hope that doesn't come to that.
All right, well, fighting in general's never been my specialty, so knowing when it's time to call it, I'll count on you for that.
I'll do my best not to let the battle itself get cloud my judgment, I guess.
I appreciate that.
As long as we're rested and we're we have our convictions straight, I think we've got a good group here.
Yes, our convictions. Olvius will just sip his tea.
I gotta say, Olvius, you were pretty quick to consider just killing the witnesses back there in the storage room.
Well, yeah, it seemed like the simplest solution. Kill everybody so that no one would be able to...
Certainly that would have, absolved any tattletales, but I think that doesn't really think through the problem very well. If a group was dispatched to the basement of the Half Moon Inn and they never returned, and bodies are found or not found, bloodstains are found or not found, that still paints a pretty bad picture for old I wrote his name down somewhere. Old Danwick.
Oh, yeah. No, I think you misunderstood. I think we should have killed Danwick, too.
I think that's where our convictions kind of divulge there.
Well, either way, this is nice, too.
All right.
I
Good
mean,
tea.
I'm so
Delicious.
scared of Olvius.
I mean, we don't know what happens if someone else from the tower goes to Danwick. Right? Is Danwick going to sell us out, or is Danwick going to claim that they should watch out because we might come back to protect him again?
Mhm.
Hard to say, really. It's a loose end. I don't really like loose ends.
I think that's reasonable, but I think keeping your knots nice and neat is not worth, the loss of life that you seem to not worry too much about.
Yeah, it's not my life.
Well, I think this talk has been fruitful. I should let you know I will be doing everything within my power to keep people who do not need to die from dying. Hopefully that doesn't.
So will I. I mean, Danwick
Yeah, I
needed
guess
to
it does
die.
come down to the definition of need. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it certainly
Well,
does.
I think we're gonna have a lot of interesting times together, always.
I agree. Holds up his cup of tea to Godric.
I'll clink mine and take a sip.
The final judge of who needs to die or not is Yergol.
And
Y'all.
Olvius.
There's a few decisive powers out there.
There are a few
yeah, I just-
decisive powers, yeah.
I think if we had gone ahead and made a judgment call, we could have saved ourselves 500 gold before having to present it to Yergol,
Well, win some, lose some.
Meaning,
Meaning we could have worked harder not to kill anybody in that room.
Or
and
we
then
could have
Oh.
killed
wouldn't
all
have
of them
to-
and lit them on fire. Either way.
Yeah, and that
Right.
probably should be like a group decision. Though, of course, we didn't have the time to take a vote mid-battle or anything. I think erring on the
Jesus
side of
Christ.
caution might be a good idea in the future, whenever it comes to,
Oh, I totally
sentient
agree. And,
beings.
right, and the cautious approach would have been to kill everyone that saw anything.
Now, Olvius, if no one had died in the first place, would killing everyone have still been the correct call, do you think?
Oh, well, that's a much more difficult question. Probably not. But as soon as one person died, you should have killed everybody.
Well, we'll try. I'll try harder not to let one person die in the future.
And good news, this one was a mistake.
See, and now we're out. I don't mean to sound like gold is everything or anything, but it has its uses.
Certainly more expensive than a bonfire.
Olvius, it's hard to describe how your presence is making me nostalgic for a father figure I kind of loathe. But it is, and I appreciate it.
That is damaging to
Wow.
hear, Haza. Wow.
Honestly, it's nice. It's nice
Are
when
you
just know-
okay?
it's okay when you know where somebody's at, when you know where they stand. They're very forthright. A leads to B. It's all lines up easy.
Well, you know what, Haza? I think I'm going to focus on the nostalgia part and a little
Please
bit less
do.
on the part of someone you don't like.
Yeah, I don't loathe you. I
Well,
don't have
that's
any
sweet.
reason to loathe you.
Oh.
I guess I don't loathe him all the way, but
I think you should sit down and have another cup of tea.
yeah, I'm gonna go back to practicing.
Look, and what you need to do, breathe in through your nose. Feel it from your diaphragm, not from your upper chest. Feel it from your diaphragm as you breathe in. And just concentrate on the feeling of the air as it comes in through your nose and out through your nose. And in through your nose and out through your nose. And then a little sip of tea. You'll be right as rain in no time.
With her eyes still closed, she goes, honestly, the thing that makes me the most nostalgic is the confidence with which you deliver what could be bullshit, but might not be bullshit, and there's no way of telling, because it works anyway.
No, it doesn't, Haza.
Hayes is back into meditation, clearly doing the breathing in through the nose.
Yeah, Haza, just sit there and relax, and you'll lose yourself in no time. There's nothing for you to worry about.
It's up to you whether or not you choose to make a save.
I will choose to make a save on this one.
Okay.
Silvery barbs.
I crack one eye open. Don't. And then go back to breathing into the nose.
Haza, you felt that, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Why?
Well, now he knows not to.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I was helping you relax.
Yeah, and before
on
when I
boat.
wanted it, it was good. This time it's not, and now you know.
Ah, I see. Well, then, just keep up with the breathing.
Yeah, you in the middle like of that, considering that she has like her sword, you definitely caught the like as you did it, she cracked an eye open, her hand actually clasped around the sword for a second as her eye opened before going back to like the open palm.
Obvious just sitting there drinking his tea.
Okay.
Hey, it's a weird question.
Mhm.
Does your sword like being out?
I've never asked it. Do you want me to? Is this
Mm. For something you can summon immediately, the purpose of it being around feels cumbersome, more inconvenient.
I will ask the sword if it likes to be manifested.
You have conjured to your mind memories of things that are foreign to you, actually. Like in a flash, you very quickly see like the sword being swung through the air as an arc of fire chases after its descending blade and cleaving something in half. You see the blade being struck into the earth, and as it does so, a large voltage of electricity leaps from the dirt and climbs out and through a line of individuals. You see the wound of someone being cloven in half that is bubbling and hissing as they are melted by acid. This is all like simultaneous. You see
like a
different
montage of violence.
yeah. But you don't see your hands on this sword. You see somebody else's hands. Somebody else's hands who like has like bigger, stronger, more calloused, broad palms, like fair skin, armored with like lashed, mismatched. What's the word? Uh, uh, like gauntlets. It's very
Oh,
clearly
so
not you that you
it's
see.
all the same pair of hands that it's giving.
Yeah. This one set of hands delivering unspeakable violence.
When I ask it about its happy place and it delivers to me, yeah, I used to be wielded so good. So without opening her, says, it likes it fine. like while still in the middle of like the montage of violence.
You got a response? Like it spoke to you?
More of a image.
What kind of image?
Overwhelming violence.
Huh. You still
Yeah.
don't know how you got it?
I mean, I woke up with it. That's how I got
Yeah.
it. Well, at first I
Uh-huh.
felt like it's like you have to sneeze, but in my chest. And then I got it. That lasted for like a week before I woke up with it. Still doesn't have her eyes open. Any more questions? I can hear your sort of.
No, none that you have the answer to, I don't think, or that I haven't asked already.
That's fair. You should drink more Volvius's tea.
I'm good. The 1 cup was enough.
As your days beginning to close, you can see and hear some of the people outside continuing to move through the caverns outside. It does not really appear as if there is a significant mark here between day and night. But you do see people traveling around and whispering. And as you are all coming to the end of your day, there is someone who comes to the chapel door and knocks before entering. And she says, "Sorry, I was just looking to see if there was," and there's a small goblin girl, woman, with like yellowish green skin, hands fairly dark colored, wearing an odd sheepskin cloak that has been colored red. It looks like her hair is cut fairly short and clean, and as she's looking around, uh, Inks, she sees you, and she just says, "No fucking way." And you recognize your sister in the threshold.
I fucking know it.
And we'll handle that interaction next session.